Good Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist James Hopkins. Thanks for joining me here for a forecast for the weekend. And things have been looking pretty good for us throughout our day today. We have been seeing some clouds building as expected, but more good news, of course, is our temperatures are continuing to go up. So I had a couple of very cold mornings as we went throughout this week, and it was chilly this morning, but it was pretty close to normal. And our high today was normal. So we're going to continue to see these climbing as we go throughout the next couple of days, really right through the weekend. But we have another cold front, which we need to talk about, which is going to be for the weekend. And a lot of people got some weekend outdoor plans, so it's not all bad news when it comes to the rain. So take a live look around. You see downtown Tampa, Armature Works, all kind of looking the same. Lakeland, we got a little bit more blue sky out there. Clearwater Beach looks great. But again, we're looking at what was a mostly sunny start to now partly cloudy to, it should be partly cloudy to maybe even mostly cloudy throughout your overnight before we get a little bit more sunshine for the start of tomorrow. So here is from St. Petersburg. This is, of course, looking to the east out over the bay. There's the pier. And again, things looking pretty good. We're dry across the area. There's your satellite radar, and it just shows some of those clouds that are moving their way through. And the big picture, that's what it shows. So we have high pressure still in control. We have some shower activity up along the northern Gulf Coast. And then we have a front that is going to be coming in. And this front is part of this system right here that is in Dallas. So this low is going to track its way over towards the east and then up the coast. And you see what's behind it, this cold front. That's what's going to stretch out and kind of stretch down, follow back behind it. So this front, not going to be bringing cold air behind it. What it is going to bring us is a better chance for some shower activity. Now, it is still considered a cold front because we're going to be warming up ahead of it. Tomorrow morning, mild. Sunday morning, warm. And then we drop back down to normal. So there's a 10-degree difference between Sunday morning, Monday morning, and hence the cold front. So we've already got that shift of the wind. You see it out of the south and southwest, and that's going to continue for tomorrow as well. Calm winds around Tampa, Port Richey, and Crystal River. You see a little variable wind inland, but Clearwater and St. Pete is all coming in off the water. And these temperatures are nice. You're 68 in Tampa. You were in the 70s earlier. Of course, things are starting to cool down now, the time of day, plus the fact that we got those clouds building in. But all in all, just a very comfortable day, and you see the temperature difference, again, on top of the big jump that we had yesterday after we had Tuesday and Wednesday in the 50s, did see upper 60s yesterday, and then got in the 70s today. And right now, even with the cloud cover and us cooling down, we're still about 3 to 7 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. But here is probably the biggest change, and I've been showing this, of course, dew point is the measure of how much moisture is in the air. And our dew points are all in the 50s, some near 60, and that is a huge jump. And this is what typically happens with a southwest flow. And it's going to be doing this for tomorrow ahead of that front. Look at the big difference. Plant City, Lakeland, 25 to 27 degree difference in your dew point, 21 Zephyr Hills, 22 Bartow. So again, this will keep us from getting as cool throughout your overnight. And the humidity trend's going to go up Saturday into Sunday, before only making a slight drop on Monday. And again, that's the, I guess you can say, cooler, drier air back behind that cold front. It's not going to be much. And what that's going to do is just take us down to about average. So look at your dew point. This morning was 50. Monday morning is going to be 52. So not that big of a difference. Actually, a little bit more of a mild start to your Monday, which again is going to be back around normal. So for the rest of the evening, want to head out to the beach, maybe take a nice walk on the beach. It's going to be nice. Temperature's going to be in the upper 60s right now, but mid 60s all the way through 10 p.m. And again, it's going to be really nice. So here is your temperature trend. You got to give it a second to fill in. This computer likes to take its time. So basically, we're going to only go down a little for Saturday morning, up Saturday afternoon, go down even less for overnight and into Sunday. There we go. So I told you, it just takes a second. So low 60s Saturday morning, mid 60s for Sunday morning. Sunday is going to be a beautiful day because it's going to be mostly sunny, warm start, warm afternoon. And then we're going to have, again, the cool down for Monday morning. And that's really only going to be it. So for tonight, partly cloudy, a very mild night, winds out of the south about 5 to 10, and we'll drop down to about 60 degrees. So 60 for Tampa means low 50s up to the north. And again, that's still comfortable. That's still above average. Your average is 54 for Tampa and mid to upper 40s up to the north. So Crystal River, Brooksville, Dade City, all in the low 50s. That's still above average. You're supposed to be in the 40s for this time of year. So like I mentioned, we have a front coming through for the weekend. Here's your rain chance. Nothing for the rest of this evening into the overnight. And actually for much of Saturday, you're looking pretty good. That 10% on Sunday is a higher chance across midnight. That 10% is right around sunup. And it's going to be moving its way down to the south. So here's your weekend forecast. Things are looking pretty good. Again, we'll start tomorrow at 60, make it to 75, and then start Sunday at 64 and still make it to 75. And that 30% that you're looking at for Saturday is while the sun is up. That is going to be later in the afternoon. Once the sun goes down, the chance for rain is going to be going up. And I'll show you that here with the cold front that's going to be coming through. Again, the timing has not changed since yesterday, which is good news. Because again, if you have outdoor plans, it still looks like the bulk of the rain's later in the day. There's your 8 a.m. on Saturday. And again, there is a 20% chance of rain for much of the day. The 30% again is going to be when we get a little closer to 5, 6, 7 o'clock. And then it goes up from there as the front actually pushes through. The front is still in the area, 7 a.m. on Sunday. There's your 10% chance for early Sunday morning, and then things are looking good for the rest of the day as it clears out down to the south. So here's your high resolution futurecast. And again, for the day on Saturday, the chance of rain is going to be really for the first half of the day up along the Nature Coast. And you'll see ahead of that front, it's going to start coming in. So here's 4:30. Again, if you're going to the football game, I'm going to show you your day planner. This is where we start to see a little chance for rain. This is when you get that 20% for Tampa. This is where on the Nature Coast you go up to about 30%. And then here is the 30% that you're going to get for Tampa for the second half of the game. For everybody, there comes that main line. You're looking at 9, 10 o'clock Nature Coast between 11 and 12. Look at it pushing its way across I-4 down to the south. And again, gone by 8 a.m. So your Sunday, again, is going to look pretty good. We're going to be nice and warm. We'll get a shift of the wind. Still going to be 75. But again, you're going to see a very nice day there. So your forecast for tomorrow is, again, 75 with that late day rain, partly sunny. It's also going to be a little on the breezy side ahead of that front coming through. And again, with these winds, 10, 15 gusting up to about 20, could have a little bit of an impact on the kicking game for the football game. Especially if you try one of those longer kicks. So that is the forecast for the entire day. So again, if you're not going to the game, really much of the day is looking pretty good. Your marine forecast not looking too bad either. You can see for tomorrow, winds will be out of the southwest about 10 to 15 knots. Seas at 2 to 3 feet, and there is a moderate chop in the bay. So again, things looking pretty good there. So that's not too bad. And again, if you want to get out in the boat early in the morning's great. Actually, all the way through mid-afternoon, you should be fine in the bay. The better chance is coming as you get a little closer to sundown, which is when most people come in anyway. So that's not going to be an issue. So there's Raymond James Stadium, which is where the game is tomorrow. Kickoff is at 4:30. And for the game, here is your forecast for that. So 68 is where you are right now. Going to make it back up to the mid-70s tomorrow. And if you're going to head out there tailgating, literally all the way up till kickoff looks pretty good with not much of a chance to rain. And even that kickoff looks at about 10% chance. Now, for the first half of the game, it's about 20%. And then there's your 6 to 7:30, which unless the game goes into overtime, you're doing pretty good. Not much of a chance for storms. That is low. It really is just going to be shower activity. The little better chance that we could see a few thunderstorms is coming in with that actual line that I showed you, which again, around the Tampa area is not going to be till close to midnight. So again, if this game ends up going into overtime, 8, maybe 8:30, you're looking at a little bit better chance for seeing some scattered showers across the area. And then again, on your drive home, if you're home by 11, you're going to miss the big, much of the rain that's going to be working its way in. So again, that's the game forecast. That has not changed too much. It just went from 20 to 30 by 6 o'clock. So again, could see a few showers rolling their way through. So if you're heading out to the game, take the poncho with you just to be prepared. But again, things are looking pretty good. We're going to take a quick break coming up here. We're going to talk more about some rain in other parts of the country and some cold weather. Stick around.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
Welcome back. If you watched the Parade of Roses, then you saw the first rain for that parade in 20 years. And luckily, the rain we get a brief break for the Rose Bowl itself. But now take a look at California. And this is in Los Angeles, where they're still dealing with some heavy rain. Been having quite a bit of rain. We talked about the mudslides yesterday and some of the impacts of that all the way down to San Diego as well. And now we have video. Actually, the video is up in San Francisco. We saw video just like this yesterday, but that was in San Diego. So this is up in San Francisco. And again, oh, look at that car driving around that kayaker. So again, we do not suggest you ever drive through flooded streets if you ever see anything like that. But yeah, dealing with some very heavy rain for California. This is part of the La Nina pattern that we did shift into as we went through fall. And this brings in that fire hose called the Pineapple Express, basically, which brings in all that rain, which is good for your ski resorts in Colorado because they get a lot of moisture out of this from Tahoe all the way over to Wolf Creek, Aspen Vale, all those, and Breckenridge definitely get some good amounts of snow, but it's unfortunate that, of course, they're getting all this rain in California. Let's transition to snow. Let's talk more about snow. Live look. This is Sunday River Ski Resort in Maine. Of course, as we know, 4:30 the sun goes down there because they are much further to the east than we are. And oh, look at some people out there enjoying what is something bitter cold that they're dealing with up there. So did get some snow, been getting some lake effect snow for the last couple of days, but really the big deal is the cold that we have. So we have reporter Max Williams. He breaks down Portland's coldest winter that they're seeing in the last 5 years. Check it out.
Does it feel like winter has been off to a rough start? Well, you're not wrong. So far, this has been one of the coldest starts to winter here in Portland since 2017, with the average temperature sticking within the low 20s. And as for the snow, well, it's no surprise that you see these large snowbanks around downtown, as over 12 inches of snow have fallen just in the month of December alone.
It didn't stop us from going and getting some brunch.
Spending New Year's in Portland today also came with some slick conditions.
We love it. It was really refreshing.
Even the kids have been loving it at Payson Park, taking advantage of Portland's snowiest start to the winter in 5 years.
The good old Canadian air is set in.
But not everyone is a fan.
It came too soon. It is definitely blustery lately and unbearable.
December kicked off with a major snowstorm dropping several inches across the state and also brought an ice storm and high winds and rain, whipping out power to thousands of homes.
Definitely a change in the start of the winter.
And the snow is not stopping anytime soon, with more on the way next week. In Portland, Max Williams, CBS 13 News.
Well, what's wonderful is where they're dealing with more snow coming in next week, we're going to be dealing with temperatures close to 80 degrees next week. We started our warm up for today. Check out Clearwater Beach, how beautiful that is out there. Quite a few people out there enjoying what's a nice day. And actually, it's going to be a pretty nice weekend because the rain, it's the same scenario. Here is your weekend forecast. This is for Clearwater Beach. Tomorrow, 75. And again, that 30% chance of rain for Clearwater is coming in probably, I would say, around 5 o'clock. So much of the day is going to be beautiful. It is going to be a little on the breezy side with those winds out of the south-southwest, about 10 to 15 with a few gusts, maybe a little bit higher than that. The rain, again, is going to be after sunset, mainly going to be through the overnight. So even for Clearwater, you're still looking at 10, 11, 12 o'clock, your best chance of rain. That 10% is if you happen to want to go out and maybe watch the sunrise for Sunday morning. In Clearwater, your temperature is going to be 60 degrees at sunrise on Sunday. A little bit warmer again towards Tampa. We're going to be about 64. But then you're looking at sunshine, winds out of the north about 5 to 10, and still looking at topping out at about 72 degrees for your Sunday, which is where we were today. And actually, that might be a little bit warmer than what Clearwater topped out today. I think Clearwater is close to 70 today. So still going to be nice and warm. A beautiful beach weekend. UV index 4. Look at that water temperature. I don't understand how someone can swim in that, but you still, I still see people out there all the time swimming that. But a beautiful beach weekend. Again, if you're not heading to the game, you want to head to the beach. If you want, just go out, eat lunch out downtown somewhere, have some brunch. Both days are looking pretty good for that. So we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, I'm going to show you what our temperatures are looking like behind this cold front that's coming through for the weekend. Stick around. Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips. And Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
Well, welcome back. As I've been mentioning, actually, as we've been mentioning for the past 3 months, we are in drought conditions. They've only gotten worse. We had the driest September on record. October, I think, was less than 1/10 of an inch. November was less than 1/10 of an inch. 7/100ths for the whole month of November. December was dry as well. Did get more with a weekend in December where we did have some record-breaking rainfall, but here's your drought conditions. This was updated yesterday. No change because you still see portions of the area, actually much of the area, still in a severe drought. Northern Pinellas and Hillsborough County, and as you see up 75 there, moderate drought. And you take that inland as well. Portions of Polk County are just abnormally dry. But we do need the rain across the area. And forecast models are liking this system a little bit better. They've been kind of going back and forth. And again, this is the European model, but it is a little bit more promising for us, showing widespread between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Yesterday, all areas were showing less than 1/10 except for Crystal River. That one hasn't changed. It's still a little over 1/4. But you can see a lot more areas around 1/4 or between 1/10 and 1/4 with almost 1/2 an inch for Clearwater. Again, this could move around a little bit. If you're under one of those heavy downpours, that's definitely some good news. But the moisture content, not seeing much for Saturday. Looks like maybe as we go towards the end of next week with another front coming in. Again, it's just not too promising for widespread heavy rain. So here is your moisture. There is what we have coming in late on Saturday. Then again, we just see dry conditions. We are going to start to get more humidity next week. The temperatures are going to start to climb. So again, we're going to be overnight lows in the 50s with highs in the 70s to around 80. Your rainfall outlook, precipitation outlook is normal. So we're not looking at more or less than we would normally see for this time of year. So here's that 7-day forecast. Again, tomorrow for the Bucs game, it is going to be breezy with the potential for the second half of the game to see a few scattered showers. If you're going to be hanging out anytime after the game or going out after the game, better chance of rain coming in 8, 9 o'clock through midnight. Dry out on Sunday, but look at those temperatures, 75. There's your 56 Monday morning, which again, normal's 53, so we're staying above average. And then look at all those temperatures for next week. 78 Wednesday, 80 Thursday, 80 Friday, overnight lows in the 60s Wednesday night, Thursday night. And so you can see there your low temperatures. We get that dip on Monday, but as you can see, for the entire time, we stay above average. So no more bitter cold mornings, no more impact alerts for cold. So what we're going to have is a nice big warm up. Check out towards the end of next weekend, Sunday into Monday. Again, looking at the potential for another cold front. It might be the same timing as we go Saturday night into Sunday, or some of the models are showing Friday for some rain, but the front coming through Saturday. And your long range high temperatures the same way. So there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 80, Sunday 76, and Monday 73. And again, that's next weekend where we're going to see back to closer to normal on Monday with that front coming through. And even beyond that, your temperature outlook is a pretty good chance of being above average. And this is for January 10th through January 16th. That is about a 40% chance of being above average for those temperatures. So looks like we're going to stick to above that 72 as we go throughout the extended forecast.